guys, I'm here again with Dana and Jasmine, and they're from EdminaCalgy, if you didn't know that already. We're doing just like our starter kit for makeup, just because we all have a little bit of a love of makeup, and I know it can be really hard to figure out like what you want to buy if you just like are starting out and everything, so yeah. And we try to incorporate like as much drugstore as we could, but there's some stuff that are just way better high end, and some things that are really worth their money. So we can incorporate as much drugstore stuff as we loved and like as much high-end stuff as we loved, so yeah. Okay, first thing is eyelid primer, and Urban Decay Primer Potion is a must, or some kind of eyeshadow primer. Like, I've tried the hard candy one, it's terrible. I've tried the e.l.f. one, it's actually pretty good, it's only $1, but I don't have that one to show you. But the Urban Decay one's just really worth the money. It comes with a lot of products, and it just works really well, because you don't really want your eyeshadow to crease or anything. Like, when eyeshadow creases, it just doesn't look good, you know? Like, it just doesn't, so.
I have the exact same thing. And yeah, if you can't, like if you don't want to spend the money on this, you can get either the e.l.f. one, or you can make your own with like body butter and concealer. You can look it up, there's like videos on it. And I used to use that. It's definitely not as good as this, but it does work. For like 5 hours, it keeps your eyeshadows on.
I also have that by like the mini version, not the one with the cool lid, like super mini, like this big. And also, if like the e.l.f. one works too, like I also have the e.l.f. one, and it works pretty well. And also, if you want to stay high end but you don't want to spend so much money, I know the Stila Prime Pot is pretty good too.
Keeping on the topic of primer, I'm going to talk about face primer as well. This one's Benefit's Porefessional. This one's pretty good. I definitely think like there's probably a drugstore dupe for this. This one's really good. This is one that I have right now. Just because if you have oily skin, or if you have really big pores, or just like if you just are not really good with like lasting power of makeup, primer is just really great.
I'm just gonna move right on to like foundation. So this is the CoverGirl Natureluxe foundation, but I think it's almost like a tinted moisturizer basically, because it's really light, and this is just from the drugstore, so it's great to find. And it's really easy for like beginners, because you don't have to use a brush or anything. You can just like rub it in with your fingers, and it smells good. And it has SPF 10, which is great for the summer.
I have a moisturizer because I think it's good to moisturize your skin before you put on like makeup, I guess. So this is high-ish end, not really. I have the Origins A Perfect World, and it's an antioxidant moisturizer with white tea, and it has, it's somewhere in here, but it has SPF. It doesn't have the greatest scent, but it works really well for your skin. It doesn't make you oily, and it moisturizes just skin.
I guess I'll talk about eyeshadow now. I love the Urban Decay eyeshadows. They're my favorite eyeshadows of all time. This is the Naked Basics palette. I definitely recommend you guys getting this one if you're interested in getting like just a couple of eyeshadows you're going to use. This one's really great, and I just love the colors, and it's just so compact. And I just think it's perfect for every day, and you can just create so many different looks with this.
I think concealer is like a definitely must for a beginner, because if they don't want to wear like foundation, if they think that's too heavy, then at least concealer can cover up like any imperfections. So my absolute favorite concealer in the entire world is the Benefit Boing, and I don't think I will ever replace this, ever. It comes in 5 different shades, so no matter, like, it goes from really light to really dark, so whatever your skin tone is, it'll suit you.
Mine's also a concealer. I cannot talk today. Anyways, but mine is a drugstore one. It's the Revlon Color Stay, and this one like varies between like $8 to $10. So it's pretty good. It's pretty creamy. It's not as good as the Boing for sure, but it's like it works for how much it is, and like if you want to go for a drugstore brand, it's pretty good.
I'm actually going to talk about the Boing as well. I just think like a concealer just to cover up any blemishes is like really good. But yeah, just whatever concealer you prefer. This is a really good high-end one, and I've heard Jasmine's is really good too. Also recommend getting one for dark circles if you have dark circles, but I just haven't found like my favorite one yet, so I don't really want to show that to you since I'm not like in love with any of them yet.
Next is if you're going to be wearing like foundation and concealer, then you're going to want to set it. So I just have the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and it's in transparent, and this is my favorite drugstore powder, setting powder. I really like MAC setting powders, but if you want to settle for a drugstore one as you first start off, then this is great. And it's also great for like powder to like set your makeup, but also powder to like blot throughout the day, so you don't have to buy 2 different ones, and it's cheap.
Well, I also have the same thing, but mine's actually in buff beige, and I don't think they sell this shade anymore. So it looks like that, like Dana said. It's really good, it keeps you matte, and I think it's just amazing for how much it costs.
I also have a powder. This is like my favorite drugstore powder of all time. This is Revlon's Nearly Naked powder. This powder like changed my view on powders. Like, I'm not even joking. I love this stuff.
Keeping on like the face stuff, I like a simple pink blush. I recommend if you are going to wear blush to start off with just like a simple pink. Yeah. Don't get get like coral or bronze or anything because that won't go with like everything. So this is just MAC Peachy Keen, but you can find a lot of really good blushes from the drugstore.
Okay, so my next thing is actually brushes. I have two brushes here. They're both Eco Tools, and this is just the concealer slash eyeshadow one, and then this is the powder one. I know Eco Tools is super cheap, and it's easier to get a pack of brushes than getting them individually because it's a lot cheaper. So, brushes.
My next one is a BB cream. This one's my Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. This is definitely not a high coverage product at all, but it just gives you like a nice light tint. It's just gonna like even out your skin tone and just kind of keeps the redness down. So this is my favorite BB cream of the moment.
For eyeshadow, I like the Essence Quatro eyeshadow. This is the palette in 05 to Die For. It has one that you can use for highlight, and then another really dark one that you can use on like an angled eyeliner brush for eyeliner if you want to, and then it has a lid shade and a crease shade, and they're really, really, really pigmented. So this is great, and I think it was only like $3.
Mine's also a BB cream, going on to what Maggie said. So mine's the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier. Sorry, cannot speak. But I wear it in light surprisingly, but I don't know, it's just like it doesn't cover as much. But for me, I have like bumps on my forehead and it covers those pretty well, but like legitimate blemishes it doesn't cover. And it's L'Oreal, we all know it's kind of more expensive.
Yeah.
This was like $12 and it's not even that good. So I suggest to get Maggie's, but I think a BB cream overall is a good idea.
Yeah, BB cream or tinted moisturizer like Dana said, yeah. Next I have a blush, and I recommend getting a cream blush or a powder blush, but this one is really good because it can double as your highlight shade and it looks really natural, and you also just apply it with your fingers. So this is NYX's Glow, and these are the Rouge cream blushes. It's a really pretty pink. I mean, you can get whatever color you prefer, but it is pretty natural when you put it on. And again, also acts as your highlighter. It's kind of like a dewy finish.
My next one is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and you can get this like an eyeliner just like this in the drugstore, but this is my favorite one. I recommend just a brown eyeliner if you're just starting off with makeup, because black might be a little bit too harsh. This one's in Burben and I really like it because it's shimmery, but if you're not into like sparkles and shimmer and stuff, then they also have like another one that's basically the same color but it's not shimmery, and yeah, it's just really smooth and it's easy to apply for beginners.
Kind of going on what she said, I have the Soft Gold Casual Eyeliner by Rimmel London, and it's like always in comparison to the 24/7 Urban Decay eyeliner, and it's in jet black, and I just use it all the time. It's just super soft and it's so easy to sharpen. That's the one thing that's good at doing.
My next one is just a clear brow gel, or some kind of brow gel. I think clear is pretty good just because it looks really natural. It kind of tames your brows back. This one's Maybelline's Greatlash, and I think it really helps your brows get a bit more defined and kind of neaten them up a little bit because I wake up with crazy brows, you know. So, yeah.
My next one is a mascara, because definitely this is like one of the universal first makeup items that people wear when they first start off with makeup.
Yeah.
This is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and I think it's really easy for beginners to apply because it's a pretty generic mascara, and it has like a plastic brush, not one with like hairs on it. So I think that's easier for like beginners to apply, is one with a plastic brush.
Okay, so I have a palette because you guys all mentioned palettes. I was like, yeah, palettes. Anyway, so I have the NYC Individual Eyes, and it like is created for specific eye colors. So mine looks like this, and this one's just like the neutral one, and I think this is really good for beginners because on the back it actually tells you what to do, like what shades to use and all that stuff. And it actually comes with a primer and like an illuminator, which is weird, like I would never use it, but I think it works really well.
I have mascaras too, the exact same one as Dane, the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, just because it gives you the least amount of clumps, and the wand's really fun. I think it's really fun to apply.
My last makeup starter kit must-have is the Maybelline Babylips in Coral Crush, and I don't know if you can get this one anymore. Actually, I think it's limited edition, but it's just a really, really pretty, like, orange color, basically.
It's like pointed.
Yeah, all my lip balms do that. I don't understand why. But it smells really good, and I really like it for like beginners because it works as a lip balm and like a lip tint. Definitely just get a tinted lip balm or like something lighter so that you can wear it with everything.
I know that the new like Babylips Electric line, the O Orange looks exactly like that, so it kind of want something like that. O Orange is like your go-to, and I also suggest that too. But anyways, so I have 3 mascaras because they have like different type of things, but yeah, like Dana said, mascara is like the main thing you go for. So I have the Greatlash by Maybelline because this is everyone's like beginner mascara if you had to go with like a super
Yeah,
beginner one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because it looks so fun. It's pink and green.
Yeah, and the brush is really weird, but it's not the best mascara, but if you're just starting out, it's pretty good. It's pretty cheap too. And everyone hates this mascara, but I absolutely love it because if you want a more dramatic lash, this is amazing. The brush is like gigantic, but I just think it's like so good, but it's like, I don't know, everyone hates it, but I love it. And then the last one I suggest is the Rocket because it's actually, for what it does, it's actually pretty cheap. It's like $6 and it's actually pretty good. Like the brush is, like what Dana said, it's not like hairs, it's like plastic, I guess, or like rubber. And then I just think it's really good, and I suggest you get like normal mascara, not like waterproof at first, because
unless you have
waterproof
really skin.
Yeah, because waterproof is like really hard to take off and just to work with and stuff. So yeah.
My last things are lip products, and I have two here. One is the Revlon lip butters, and these are really great because they're super moisturizing, but you still want to be kind of careful with which shade you pick. This one's a really good one. This is Peach Parfait. It's a really light peach color, and a little swatch of it just because it's super light.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Yeah. And it's just super shimmery, and I don't know, I just love it. And then the other thing is a clear lip gloss, just because, or like lip gloss, it's like, maybe it's tinted, but it's like a clear tint, you know what I mean? This is my favorite clear lip gloss of all time. This is Bonnie Bell Lip Lights in Melon Smoothie, and I've had this for years, but it just works so well. It's not sticky, it's really like, smells amazing. And it's like not that like artificial, like I know that like when I put like some certain like clear lip glosses on, they're so shiny that it's almost like you have like plastic lips.
Yeah.
And this one is really good because it's not like that artificial look, so if you're looking for like a more natural looking one, it's really good. And it's also kind of fun to put on, of course, so that's why we love to wear makeup, to be honest. So yeah, so that's our entire video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you go check out their channel down below. I'll link it down there. But yeah, and I guess we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.